The ship is immobilized, sir. Vega's men are ready to blow down the sinkhole.
And the Tacitus?
There's no sign of the object which you described, sir.
The Tacitus is the source, Slavic. Its Tiberian secrets can make or break empires. Find it.
Locate that Tacitus soldier, or I will bury your team in that hole.
Yes, sir. Hang on, sir. There's movement here.
Cabal, replay.
Detail. Frame forward. Cycle.
Freeze. Extrapolate for missing data. Mutants.
Cabal. How do we find her?
Probability suggests she will return to the GDI medical colony near Provo, or enter the Underground Railroad here, near New Detroit. The decision is yours, Commander Slavic. The mutant female may be trying to reach the Underground Railway system located in New Detroit. Move in and control the station before she arrives. If she boards the train, you must stop it immediately. This may be our last chance of capturing the abomination.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Tiberian Song. With me here is...
G Kirby again?
So, this is another one of those alternate missions. We can do either of the missions offered to us, and either one will progress the story, but for the sake of showing things off, I'm gonna do both. So, this mission introduces artillery, although this particular version doesn't actually let us utilize it properly, simply by the way the map is designed. And the game doesn't tell you, but you're on a timer from the very start, and only when it's down to 10 minutes will the game actually tell you. So,
that's courteous of it.
Yeah. That actually caught me my first time through, because I thought I had time to just build my base, clear out the map. But yeah, the artillery, we'll be seeing more of it in the next mission, but for now it's just gonna serve as a fancy base defense turret. Because, yep.
There's been a lot of talk in the videos and in the thread about how overpowered artillery is, so it's always fun to finally get to use it for yourself.
Yeah, although this mission we don't actually get to build it yet, we only get the one we start with, which is kind of disappointing.
A little bit, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anyway, this mission we have to go through New Detroit and capture a train station, and the best way to do this is to go through, like, there's several routes we could take, and almost all of them will get us swarmed by GDI from all sides, just billions of titans and disc throwers and mutants swarming you, because Westwood hates you and everything you stand for. So, the easiest route I found was to just take a bunch of infantry and light vehicles and go over a bunch of vein holes, because GDI can't follow you there.
Building.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, this mission is taking place in New Detroit. G. Curry, you are from the United States, as I understand it. Is it an improvement over the old Detroit?
I have not been to Detroit in quite a while, but I don't know. I'd have to say about even. No, it was interesting. I was about to say something about the geography. It looks like New Detroit is in fact in New Mexico. At least in somewhere in the American Southwest, which is not anywhere near where regular Detroit is. So that was an interesting decision on their part.
Well, maybe they exported it. Like, in the dystopian future, it's so bad that Detroit is actually a franchise.
That would be interesting. Franchising cities, commercializing them, that'd be an interesting way to make money.
Yeah. Also, the one new building we get is the SAM site. I've put down a few because the GDI actually has Orca bombers, which I think is kind of bullshit because GDI in this mission has way higher tech units than we do.
Yeah, it's fairly early still in the campaign.
Yeah, like, we don't even get to build our artillery units. What the hell? It's a bit more glaring in the next mission because we actually get to fight a bit more, but yeah, it's just kind of weird how they gave GDI all kinds of high-tech stuff, just Orca bombers and RPG towers and everything, and we don't. We only get our basic units.
Unit ready.
And it looks like you're, I mean, it's a base building mission, obviously, but it looks like you just have a small troop of infantry and you're snaking your way through the map. I'm assuming this isn't a base destroying mission.
Yeah, GDI doesn't really have one big base. They have a bunch of production buildings scattered all over the map, which is kind of annoying because it means that if you go through the city, for example, they will swarm you from all directions and it just messes up your formation. Also, here I made kind of a mistake. We're closing in on the train station, and what I should have done is use that engineer to capture the barracks I just blew up, and then just build another engineer. And but I decided I was close enough to my goal that I didn't need to do that, and it comes back to bite me in the ass, as you will see in a bit.
Oh, they've got RPG cannons too. That's so good.
Unit lost.
Yeah, I mean, it's only the two, and they're not too bad as long as you only bring infantry. Like, if you brought TIG tanks to this, you get wrecked.
Yeah.
Also note how GDI infantry is coming from up above, the way we came. That's because they have another barracks in that direction, like I said. Also, completely forgot about that RPG tower.
Unit lost.
Killed my engineer.
Just before he entered the building. That's bad luck.
Yeah, so I had to walk reinforcements all the way from my base back to here.
And is that the building that you need to complete the mission?
Yeah, but as soon as you capture it, at least, you win.
Yeah.
You must reach the medical colony in the region without being prematurely detected by GDI and forcing a base evacuation. To prevent this, consider first destroying the 3 sensor towers protecting the base. Our new artillery unit should be sufficient for the job, even in your hands. Once inside the base, the capture of the mutant female should be simple.
So, this is the alternate mission, and might just be me, but it seems Cabal doesn't really like Slavic that much.
Reinforcements have arrived. New construction options.
Cabal doesn't really like anyone.
Yeah, but it seems he especially has it out for Slavic, but maybe that's just because he's the protagonist and so he's the only one who interacts with him.
New construction options.
Him and his CSI gang, as we saw in the first cutscene.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I always found it funny how they co-opted Star Trek image-enhancing technology.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
So anyway, for this mission our goal is a bit simpler. We just have to take out these sensor arrays without being detected, which is pretty easy since we get 2 artillery units and they outrange them by quite a bit.
Is that making it over there? That's just a little silly right there. forgot just how big their range was. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, although I found that, like, normally when you play against the AI and it has artillery, it will happily shoot you wherever you are, even if it doesn't have line of sight on you or anything. But when I play, I found that it doesn't actually fire into the fog of war quite so much. Probably just another... Well, I mean, it's pretty... It's a known AI cheat that the AI in this game just completely ignores fog of war.
Yeah.
So that's probably just another facet of that. Oh, it's really annoying when you're playing multiplayer and you have super weapons and you have like this construction yard that's under a stealth generator and the AI never laid eyes on it ever, and it just snipes it with an ion cannon.
Yeah, this is back in the early days when it was hard to make a competent AI, so to make it challenging, you just had to make it cheat.
Yeah.
Things like, in the original Command & Conquer, it would just build a building wherever it wanted. It didn't have to follow the building rules that you had to follow.
Yeah, in later games it wasn't quite so blatant, but even in generals it was still like the AI would just cheat itself infinite money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, this mission is actually surprisingly simple compared to the previous one. You really just have to drive your artillery up to the sensor towers and just take them out.
Still can't build artillery though, right?
Yeah, can't build it. Next mission though. Okay, not next mission. The mission after that.
Eventually.
Build it.
Yeah. Eventually. In the final mission we'll be able to build it.
Construction complete.
You know, anyway, even with just 2 you can already see just why everyone's saying artillery is overpowered. Those things have extremely high range, extremely high damage, and in this game they pretty much always hit dead center. So that's pretty much what makes them so overpowered, is they always hit you, no matter what. And the expansion, they nerfed that and made them miss occasionally. So
well, I believe they would fire at the location instead of at the unit. So if the unit was mobile, they just wouldn't hit it.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, right as it is in the vanilla game, it pretty much homes in on you, and yeah, so even if you move away from the location it fired at, it will still hit you. Whereas in the expansion, if you move away quickly enough, you can just outrun the shell.
Yeah. So it turned it from absolutely amazing to pretty much worthless.
Yes, sir. Standing, brother, out and clear.
Although, I mean, it was still effective against slower targets like Titans. But if you had like light units, those were pretty effective counter. Oh, I mean, in this game it's also kind of, it's really imbalanced because of you pretty much have to have air units, otherwise you just fucked.
Right.
Like against artillery. By the way, also Orca Bomber, because fuck you. I mean, even one Orca Bomber is a pretty big threat, because as you move your troops to assault the base, we will always just clump up and stick together, and it's kind of pretty much impossible to separate them. And so one Orca Bomber can easily wipe out your like half your forces with just one salvo, and it's ridiculous.
Now I remember, I don't know if it was Command & Conquer or Warcraft or later Command & Conquers, but they added like a X button to scatter your troops. I don't know if that was in this game yet, though.
Yeah, this game does have it, but they kind of tend to scatter all in the same direction.
That's useful.
Yeah, and infantry also has this thing where, like, one cell of infantry units will always stick together, and one cell contains like five people.
Yeah.
Also, see what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, there goes my infantry.
Unit lost.
Also, good job on those, on behalf of those rocket troopers attacking the helipad instead of the bomber. But luckily, all we have to do is blow up the locomotive, and we win.
There you go.
Accomplished.